This is CNN Breaking News.
Good evening, I'm Don Lemon.
And I'm Wolf Blitzer.
And you're watching CNN. Thanks for joining us here tonight. For the past 2 years, we've been covering the actions of the Gladers.
The Gladers are a group of boys and one girl who are placed in a maze by World in Catastrophe Killzone Experiment Department, or WICKED.
They are a government organization that was formed after the sun flares that scorched the earth. They had a deadly disease known as the flare that followed.
The disease is progressive, eventually leading people into a manic state. These people are colloquially referred to as cranks.
The goal of WICKED is to develop a cure for the flare. The first phase is the maze trials.
WICKED has sent around 40 boys and one girl into a man-made maze. They're all children, and most of them are immune.
WICKED's plan is to map their brain activity while in the maze and use the information to find a cure. Thomas, Teresa, Minho, and Newt are some of the important Gladers.
However, there's a catch. WICKED decided to wipe the memories of all the participants in its experiment as part of the variables.
That's right, folks. None of the Gladers don't remember anything about the past except for their names.
Now that the maze trials are over, the Gladers have been brought to a WICKED facility.
Teresa has gone missing.
Eris claims he's the only one left from Group B, a group that was put in an identical maze by WICKED.
Now that we've brought you up to speed, we take you over to field reporter Arthur Anderson, who is at the WICKED facility where the Deputy Director Jansen is about to give a press conference to the Gladers about what's to come. Arthur, over to you. Thanks, Don. Let's listen in. Alright, listen up. It's time to implement phase 2 of the trials. Now you're still here because of an uncanny will to survive the odds, among other reasons. Out of all the people we sent in both mazes, you're what's left. Everything that's happened so far is not really an experiment, as much as it is constructing a blueprint.
Get a load of this shank.
Shut up, Minho! Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, we're trying to stimulate the kill zone and collect the resultant patterns. All these situations that have happened are called the variables. They are the work of careful time and planning. I know you have a lot of questions. But there is only limited information I can provide you at this time. I can say, however, continue to respond well to the variables, and you'll be rewarded with the knowledge that you've played a part in saving the human race and yourselves.
Hey man, this dude shucked in the head. How can escaping a maze save the human race?
Well, you see, young man, I'm part of an organization called World in Catastrophe Killzone Experiment Department, or WICKED.
Great name, homie.
We are here to save the world from catastrophe. We have unlimited time, unlimited resources, and the technology we need for these trials. One tip, don't believe everything you see. We have devices in all your heads and can manipulate your minds easily. We did it earlier with that crank demonstration and dead bodies. I'm a crank. I'm a bloody crank.
Kill me, kill me. The people that rescued us the day before, they're all dead.
Now everything in the maze was part of the trials. From your escape to that little boy Chuck's murder. Everything was planned.
You take that back.
Thomas, no! The maze is over, and now it's time for phase 2. Sun flares ravaged the earth. Then the disease known as the flare spread worldwide. WICKED was formed, and now you're all caught up. Now, as an incentive for completing the Scorch trials, we decided to tell you you have the flare. That's right, you all have the same disease that will eventually turn you into one of the cranks you saw last night. Good news though, complete the Scorch trials and you'll receive a cure. 6 a.m. tomorrow, you'll go through a flat trains into the Scorch. the part of the Earth most affected by the sun flares. With limited resources, your goal is to go 100 miles north to the safe haven and receive the cure. That's it. If you don't participate, you'll be executed. That's all. Thank you. Well, there you have it. Let's see if we can get anything out of the Gladers. Thomas, what do you think about all this?
I don't have time to talk. I gotta complete the trials. Get the cure, find Teresa. Our telepathic link was severed last night. I gotta find it. That's the last thing I do.
Well, that's it for us, folks.
Make sure to tune in next week to see if the Gladers will survive the extreme temperatures.
It's
The zombified cranks.
I'm a crank. Come back.
Wicked creatures.
Wicked creature, I will get you.
And worst of all, the people.
I'm sorry, Thomas. It has to end this way.
I can't believe it'd be you. Of all people. Teresa!
Good night, folks. Stay safe.
And remember, wicked is good. Ha 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 ha.
Calm down. No!